Hello class, this is a video tutorial on using a table of values. A table of values is merely an organized way of calculating multiple results from one algebraic equation or expression. Without going too far into depth, we'll just go straight into it. I've written here in front of us a multitude of different, so these are algebraic expressions, whereas these are algebraic equations. So let's get straight into it. So for a table of values, all we do is create first a table of values. Most often, the number which we will be substituting will be on the top row. So in this case, these ones will always be x, and the expression will go in the row below. So it's going to be x plus 1. We just draw a table from there. I often use my centimeters for this. So there we are. And just going by 1 centimeter at a time. We'll start off with just 6 to begin with. We'll put little markings for each centimeter. The values that I will be substituting will always go, well, for me personally, will always go from -3 up until 3. Oops, even more. There we are. Just like so. I normally don't enclose my my table. I just like leaving it open just like this. Now, all this means is that the numbers that belong here in the bottom row are the values of what happens when we substitute this number into this expression. So I'll do the first few to begin with. So if we take, for example, we'll go again with x plus 1. So we go x plus 1. So in this box here, we will be substituting the value of -3 into this expression. So we'll get -3 plus 1. -3 plus 1 will give us -2. So since this is our answer, -2, for when we substituted -3, so we substituted -3 and our answer was -2. Hence why we'll put -2 here. Once again, this next box, we get the same idea. We take the same expression, x plus 1, and we substitute -2. So it would be -2 plus 1. So we took the expression again, x plus 1, but this time we substituted -2 in its place. So -2 plus 1 gives us -1. Once again, since this is our answer, for when we substituted -2, we put -1 here. Once again, here we are. We'll place this value. We want to find this value. We get this answer when we substitute -1. So we'll substitute -1 this time. -1 plus 1. Sorry, I'll draw a line just so that you can see where one piece of working out ends. So these are different bits of working out. So -1 plus 1 will give us 0. This box here, we'll draw a little line here again. This box here is substituting 0, so we get 0 plus 1 gives us 1. And if you can see the pattern that's happening here, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now the purpose of the table of values can be seen definitely here, because what we can see is a pattern emerging when we keep substituting different values of x. So here, when we substitute -3, we get -2. When we substitute -2, we get -1. When we substitute -1, we get 0, and so on. So this is the main idea of the table of values. And in a moment, I'm just going to pause the recording, and in a moment you're going to see it skip, where all of these will have tables ready to go. If you'd like, you can take a screenshot of these equations and make your own table of values, and be ready to make your own for the values of -3 to 3 for all of our expressions and equations. Okay, just be right back. Alright, so let's continue now with, well, I hope you have your table of values ready, like I do. I'm going to quickly go through how we operate with these. So if we can remember, let's fill out this space here, and we'll just move along as we go here. So if we take a look, this spot here, we're going to substitute the value of -3. So this is 2x, our expression is 2x. In case we don't remember, that actually means 2 times x. So when we substitute, let's substitute x equals -3. So it'll be 2 times -3, which is -6. So that space is -6. Let's substitute this value. We're going to be substituting the value of -2. So it's going to be 2, because remember it's 2x, 2 times -2, which gives me -4. So -4 belongs here. Next spot is 2 times -1, which will give me 2 times -1 is -2. Finally, we'll have here 2 times 0 is 0. And as you can see, there's a pattern already emerging here. -6, -4, -2, 0. I believe this one, if you want to check, it'll be 2 times 1, which gives me 2. So I'm pretty sure that the rest will be 4 and 6. Let's keep moving on. This one will require 2 steps. Okay, so I left myself a little bit more room. So here is our expression. I won't write it again. But for this, I'm going to show you that we can actually substitute any values that we pick. So if we take, for example, we can start at 4, and then we can move from 4 onwards. It must, or it should always be increasing by 1. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's see if there's a pattern that emerges if we substitute these values into the expression 3x plus 1. So let's start with 4. 3 times 4 plus 2. 3 times 4 is 12 plus 2, because 3 times 4 is 12 plus 2, which gives me 14. So that there is 14. Moving on, let's substitute the value of 5. So 3 times 5, that is 3x. So I just put x in the bracket. So it's 3 times 5 plus 2. 3 times 5 is 15 plus 2, which gives me 17. Let's go again. Let's do 3 and substitute the value of 6 plus 2. That will give me 3 times 6 is 18 plus 2, which will give me 20. So underneath here will be 20. And if you can't yet see a pattern, it is increasing by 3s. So if we guess that the next one should be 23, we can check by substituting here. So let's check. It'll be 3, substitute the value of 7. So 3 times 7 plus 2. 3 times 7 is 21 plus 2. 21 plus 2 is 23. So I'm pretty sure that the next one will be going up by 3. 26 going up by 3, be 29, and then finally 32. Now let's just do one more example on this one. Let's take a look. Let's just choose the values. Why not? Let's start at -5, -4, -3, -2, -1, 0, and 1. And remember, these values, unless specified, can be chosen by, it can be chosen by you. I personally tend to pick from -3 to 3. So let's substitute these values in. So our expression is -2x plus 5. So it'll be -2, and substituting our first value is -5 plus 5. -2 times -5 is +10 plus 5, which is 15. Let's move on. -2 times -4 plus 5. 2 times 4 is 8 plus 5, which will give me 13. We'll do one more here. We'll do -2 times -3 plus 5, which will give us -2 times -3 is +6 plus 5, which is 11. If you can't yet see a pattern, what you can do is just visualize and do these and fill in these mentally. Let's work on this just mentally for now. It'll be -2 times 2. -2 times 2 is +4. +4 plus 5 is 9. If you can't yet see a pattern, it is actually decreasing by 2s. 15, 13, 11, 9. This one will be 7, 5, 3. I think I'll stop the video here, and I'll continue this in a second part so that this video doesn't go for too long. Okay, see you in the next one.